This character is such a change for you.
Yeah.
I've never seen, I would have never thought. It's a very well acted, very powerful character.
Thank you. Yeah.
What was the approach, and how did they approach you about this one?
Well, I originally found out, through my agent. Obviously, he asked me if I'd be interested, and I said, hell yeah, I'd be interested. And they wanted me, not to audition at first, they wanted me to fly out to, I was shooting Guardians 2, and they wanted me to fly out and meet with Denny. And so I did, and that didn't go all that great. Excuse me. It didn't go all that great because when I initially, it was literally like 2 minutes into our conversation, and he said, I really hate to tell you this, but you're too young for the role. And I'd never heard that. I never heard you're too young for the role. It was usually, the other way around. So I was a little bit crushed, but at the same time, I, hadn't built up my hopes at that. I had an audition that was really just kind of a meet and greet. So I sat down and I talked with Denny. I flew all the way out to LA, so I figured, I'd love to hang out with him and get to know him and pick his brain about his films, and I really respected him as a director. So I just sat down and we BS'd for a couple hours, and I walked away with that feeling satisfied with having done that. I was upset, but I wasn't, I really felt satisfied that I got to sit down with Denny and talk with him. But then as it went on, the process went on, it's weird because the way I did my screen test, and they asked me if I'd do a makeup test, and of course I agreed because I wanted the part, and then a screen test, and I did that, and I finally won over the part. But the way I had it in my head wasn't at all the way Denny had the character in his head. They were two completely different things, but the cool thing is that's how I got to know him as a director, and I really loved being directed by him because he was so detailed in his description of the way he wanted things and performances, and the reason why he wanted me to walk certain ways and put my glasses on certain ways. The best way I can describe it is he wanted me to walk heavy-footed, and I couldn't understand why because I felt oafish when I was doing it. And he said, it's not that. He said, this character, he's been beaten up. He's carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders. He's just tired. And that was the way he described it, and that's the way I did it, and it just worked.
Yeah, there's a real world weariness to this guy.
That's what he just wanted him to look like. He's just beaten down. He's just weary and just tired. Yeah.
To have a director that's so, he creates these beautiful, brilliant images, right. But it sounds like he's such a pleasure to work with as an actor as well. That's got to be rare.
He's an actor's dream. He's an actor's dream, and I think it is because he's just very descriptive, but in a very positive way. Like I did a couple things that he just didn't agree with at all, but he didn't make me feel silly about my choices. He said, this, I would like you to do it this way, but this is why I would like you to do it this way. And he would be very descriptive about that, and it just put you in a certain mindset and made you feel easy. But also when he described it a certain way, it just made sense. Yeah. So he's the kind of director that you want to perform for. You want to give him what he wants. Yeah, he's just brilliant. He's very, very, just a pleasant person. He's very interesting and pleasant and fun to be around, so he makes it, he really makes it satisfying when you're giving him the performance that he wants.
Every civilization was built off the back of a disposable workforce. But I can only make so many. Happy birthday.
There is an order to things.
That's what we do here. We keep order.
The world is built on a wall that separates kind. Tell either side there's no wall, you bought a war.
You're a cop. I did your job once. I was good at it.
I know.
What do you want?
I want to ask you some questions. Look
key to the future is finally unearthed. Bring it to me. They know you're here.
I always told you, you're special. Your story isn't over yet. There's still a page left.